It's in the game.
Entering menu narration pop-up. Do you want menu narration? No, turn it off.
There's something in the air. From Friday nights to Saturday lights. Chapel Hill to Pasadena. It crackles down our spines. Tradition, tension, roars that remind our rivals they're not in Kansas anymore. It's electric. It shocks our nerves and ignites a place where the ground shakes. But our pride doesn't. Where our coach, scheme, playbook, and character are unlike any other. There's something in the air. It builds us up, breaks them down, and gives the stadium a pulse built on pride.
This is a matchup we have been waiting for. Two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to the Old Horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 3rd-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Notre Dame will kick it off to get us underway. Return starts from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So Ohio State's offense will get the first swing today. And the reason why this is one of the games of the week is you got a receiving core that's just been lighting people up. So hard to stop collectively. But they're running into an elite defense that's filled with confidence too, Kirk.
Yeah, Chris, I'm going to turn it around a little bit and talk about, I think, the offensive line. We know what the receivers can do. Will the quarterback have enough time against this defense to be able to make the throws where he can try to expose the secondary? That's the real challenge. Can you protect the quarterback to give these receivers a chance to make plays?
Here's the second down play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
They come to the line for a 3rd and very long here on the opening drive. To the air, it's Sayin. A deep shot to the left side. Oh, and it's dropped right off his hands. A chance for a big play, but a little early nerves on the part of that receiver.
Chris, they don't hit this pass, but I love the approach here as a play caller, taking a shot and being aggressive, getting that ball downfield, stretching that defense. Try to keep those safeties back. It can open up other aspects of your offense.
They'll kick it away here. Fair catch made near the 45. So Notre Dame's offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. They will go up against a secondary, Kirk, that talks about the no-fly zone. These guys are confident in their ability to just lock down wide receivers and take away the opponent's passing game.
Seems like every year in college football, there's secondaries around the country that want to brag that they have the best group of defensive backs. I think this defense and this secondary specifically has a very strong case with what they have to work with. The question I have is, how will the offense consistently move the ball against this group today?
First down and 10. And he'll set up to throw. It's a quick grab. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a first down.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. That's the spin move. Breaking tackles. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. QB decides to keep it here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
And it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option. They actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read. And then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Looking to pass. It's Carr. Makes the grab, a chance to score. Force out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a 1st and goal.
Well, you talk about a huge conversion. That's 3rd and long. It doesn't matter for these guys. They just keep going about their business. Great connection between this quarterback and receiver on that one, and now they're in business.
Notre Dame lining up now for a 1st and goal. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Pass is going to be incomplete. He was really lucky to avoid the pick there.
Well, if nobody's open, you can't risk the possession like this. Tossing it into coverage in the end zone, that's a good way to earn a spot on the bench.
The crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And he will be stuffed for no gain. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. They've gotten the ball down to the 3-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw it again. He's running out of time here. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Great job here by this quarterback, not forcing the throw. Nobody's open. Does it himself, able to use the speed that he has to get to the end zone for this touchdown.
Here's the point after attempt. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
That makes the score Notre Dame 7, Ohio State.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Set to kick it off.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Physical defending, that one falls incomplete, brings up 2nd down. Well, Ohio State versus Notre Dame. How can we forget what happened the last time these teams played with a national championship trophy in the building? The Irish get out to that marathon march to open the game, draw first blood. Ohio State takes command, but the Irish wouldn't go away, Kirk.
Yeah, the Buckeyes end up winning this game, and it looked like they might blow Notre Dame out in the 2nd half. But Riley Leonard and that offense made enough plays to make it competitive. And don't forget, it came down to that 3rd down play. Gutsy call by Chip Kelly and Ryan Day, throwing the football downfield where Jeremiah Smith makes a huge catch against man coverage. So Ohio State, Notre Dame, always a fun one when these two teams play.
Important 3rd down play coming up after that completion. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Looking deep down the left side. And it's caught way downfield inside the 35. And just like that, in one play, they moved into scoring position at the 23.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
So one enormous play, and this offense is threatening almost into the red zone. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Makes a quick catch. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The Buckeyes looking to cash in the red zone. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Swarm for the pass rush. A sack.
Finally, the defense is able to come up with a play on this drive. Let's face it, this offense has been able to put things together. Quarterback's had a nice drive, but finally, great job of getting the pressure and getting after that quarterback.
So here on fourth down, out comes the field goal team. He made it. 3 points on the board.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Price. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Oh, look at the quick cut. Physical run earns the first down.
Well, another first down run for Notre Dame. And, man, they have such great history of running the football over the years. I know you know that, Chris, but not just the backs. You think of those offensive linemen they've had in South Bend. Just what a tradition and something I know they're very proud of.
First and 10 play coming up. And now the running back's got it again.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the handoff. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order on this play. Dropping back. It's Carr. Pressure is coming. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. Returner decides to fair catch this. The first play of this drive now, they're set up at the 34. Quarterback keeps the football. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Bringing pressure. Makes the grab. It's Peoples. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking for his back. Grab near the sticks. It's Peoples. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
That's a great play by this offense to keep the drive alive, and a good find by the quarterback on third down.
The Buckeyes with 1st and 10 here. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. As the first down is still going. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers, but we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
Buckeyes will try to keep this drive moving. Pre-snap motion from the offense. And then first down, right back to the running game. Finding space at the 20. Tackle is finally made down at the 11-yard line. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
Play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. It's Sayin. The pocket breaking down. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Defense will make the stop of what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. That has been in large part the reliance on the ground game, which has been featured from both sides in this one so far. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. We'll start off the second quarter with a field goal attempt here. He was on target with his first try. This is a chip shot from 24 yards. And he's got it, no problem.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. The returner is brought down. Gets it started on the next drive. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. Quick throw to the quarterback off the RPO. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone, and he's got the savvy and instincts to be able to find that soft spot in the zone, make a catch, and be dangerous after the catch as well.
A quick throw out left, complete. They get it down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Scanning the field. It's Carr. Snags the quick throw. They keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Running out of time in the pocket. With the catch, it's Love. Here he goes. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball into enemy territory. First down now at the 40.
Now let's give credit to the offensive line here. The quarterback had time to look around the entire defense, and just as he's about to get hit, able to check it down to the running back, and look at the big gain. Good job by the quarterback.
Here comes a handoff. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The offense is on really good rhythm in this drive. Running the ball, throwing the football. It seems like every play has been positive yards until that stop right there by the defense.
Second down play coming up. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Quick completion to the tight end. Good enough for first down yardage.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Receivers are bunched together. Looking to throw it on first down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit, they were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. To the air, it's Carr. Grab down the middle, it's Fields. They make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a first down in the red zone.
Chris, man, I have no idea how you let that guy get that open. You know for a fact, all week long, in fact, they brought it up in our meetings yesterday, that they've got to stop this receiver, and then you lose track of him, and they're lucky that didn't go as a touchdown.
Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Makes the grab. Can he get there? Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, it's a good ball here by the quarterback, but I have to back up and look at the route by this tight end. He puts such pressure on this defense and makes it very easy for the quarterback to be able to make an accurate throw because he gets separation.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Offense facing second and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. At the 2-yard line for third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
I'll tell you what, considering they've been out there for a long time on this drive, they sure showed a lot of endurance there, coming up with a big stop. And now it's fourth and goal. And as an offensive coordinator and head coach, with this kind of drive, it just seems like you'd be missing something by not coming away with a touchdown.
So on fourth down now, out comes the field goal unit. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Defense is coming after him. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
Boy, this defense is having a game. So much pressure, so many sacks already. We're not even to halftime. The offense better do a better job of protecting, and I think the offensive coordinator needs to make some adjustments in his pass pro to give this quarterback a chance.
Pass protection, a serious issue. Another sack makes it 2nd and long. On the run, it's Peoples. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Oh, and it's intercepted. He went way up to grab that. He goes down, but snags the ball and gives this defense a takeaway.
Chris, it feels like to me the offense is being really cautious. The defenders are just sitting back there almost playing backyard football, knowing the offense is being a little bit more conservative. Eyes on the football, stepped in front of it, and makes the pick.
And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. They need something out of this possession. The last time they settled for a field goal attempt, but then they missed it. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 42. Back to throw. It's Carr. The pass rush closing in. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. The defense has it, off and running. They bring him down after a short return, but this defense comes up with the takeaway.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
On first down, it's play action. Delivers quickly to the left side, and it's complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
The Buckeyes will line up here on first down and goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Peoples. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A 2nd down behind the sticks now.
You know, he had nobody open downfield because of great coverage there by this defense. But what I love to see is how they run to the ball. He checks it down, and this guy's got nowhere to go. It's a big loss.
3 red zone trips produce just 2 field goals. They're hungry to punch it in here. Back to pass. It's Sayin. He's got it near the end zone. And the defense wraps him up.
But that completion gets him a little closer. Quick decisions needed here, especially with 3rd down coming up. Now a crucial 3rd down and goal. It's
the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. We'll see what the offense dials up here on 3rd and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
A little bit surprised here, Chris. I thought they might put the ball in the air here on 3rd and goal, but instead they run the football, keep it on the ground, and they get the touchdown.
Now the important point after attempt.
For the extra point.
The extra point makes the lead 6.
That makes Ohio State 13, Notre Dame 7.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the returner. So here we go. First play of the drive. Under 2 minutes before halftime. Movement here from the tight end. On the run. It's low. He's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Second down after that previous play. Looking downfield, it's Carr. He bought some time, now lets it go. That's Carr. It's Fields. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And now the first play of this drive now from the 35. And they hand it off to the back. Breaks into the clear. They stop him, but it's a 1st down.
A good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the 1st down.
Run, good for 1st down yardage. The drive moves on. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. And the defense comes up with the football.
That's a great play by the defender who forced the fumble, but let's also recognize the heads-up play from the guy who recovered it. They were in the right place at just the right time.
So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the 1st half clock. Looking to pass. It's Carr. He's running out of time here. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Makes the catch downfield. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a 1st down.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice game.
Crucial 3rd down play after that completion. Try and muscle for the 1st down. Now That play more than enough for a first down. Sets them up at the 24.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Just time enough for one more play in the half. The sure hands. It's Fields. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. So on second down, they'll try out the field goal unit, trying to get 3 before halftime. And that one's straight down the middle.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And the coverage team brings him down as the clock runs out in the first half of play. The Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. For now, let's get back to the guys in the booth to start up this second half.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to get us going in the second half. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Here's the first play of the drive. Now they're backed up at their own 14. Starts with a quick pass to the left off the RPO. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or 2 guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
From the shotgun to handoff. Looks like Notre Dame will have the first down.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Finds that big tight end for a short pass.
That's a good job here, staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second and manageable here for this offense.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Looking downfield. It's Carr. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. He has first down yardage at the 46.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. Using his legs, it's low. They test the middle there, but get nothing.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Throwing off play action. Tries the right with a quick throw. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Drops Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down.
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. I love to see defenses be aggressive. They dial up the heat on this play, brought the linebacker on the blitz, and they get to the quarterback.
They bring the punter onto the field now.
In punt formation to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 15-yard line. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the back gets the football. Breaks free. Buckeyes hope to keep this drive moving.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan run are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That's a strong run. Keeps the drive going. First down now. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
How about Notre Dame sending him back here? Here he comes up with the sack. A little Rudy magic on this one. And, boy, they've had some great linebacker play over the years. Of course, think about Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith, who's now in the NFL and had a great career in South Bend. Notre Dame with great history at playing linebacker.
Short loss on the play sets up second and long from the 18. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Well, these are the kind of plays you have to make to be able to win the game in the second half. This back had a great first half and has gotten plenty of touches, so you've got to make sure this half is different than how things have gone so far.
So bad plays on first and second down puts them in a tough spot here. Third and very long. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much in this game at all. That ball carrier being tackled near the line of scrimmage. Maybe if this defense can make more plays like that in the second half, their team will be able to chip away at this lead.
The Buckeyes will line up to boot it away. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the returner is brought down. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're set up at their 40. He hands it off from the gun. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. A gain makes it second and medium. Quick pass, the catch is made. And that play moves the ball across midfield. First down now from the 42.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Handoff here from the shotgun. Nowhere to run on that play. They've got him in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging.
Swarmed by the pass rush.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. But let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Looking for a man deep down the left side. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. The punt will bounce out of bounds down near the 20-yard line. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Gives it to the back. Gets the first and still running. Tackle made after a solid gain to spot the ball at the 34.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Using his legs. It's Peoples. He's in the clear. Now here he goes. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
The offense really clicking here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Well, I thought we'd see this tight end all game long within this game plan, but that's just his 2nd catch of the game. The defense has done a nice job of being able to recognize where he is and take him out of this plan.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Scanning the field. It's Sayan. Makes a quick grab. And he'll get the 1st down yards before they finally bring him down.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a 1st down.
The Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the 1st half, but maybe that won't be the case from now on.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. They're going to run it. Back gets the carry. Tackled after a 3-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 7.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Deep shot toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He could not hang on for a touchdown. My goodness.
Well, they take a shot into the end zone on 3rd down. They come up empty, but a reasonable field goal attempt now if they want to take it.
So a field goal attempt coming up now. The distance will be from 36 yards away. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. It's a shovel pass caught. The shovel pass complete. He's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
Short loss in the play sets up 2nd and long from the 18. Dropping back, it's Carr. Caught over the middle, it's Love. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He cannot escape. It's a sack. Let's check out this running back comparison. These guys have been excellent, pounding away and seemingly only getting stronger. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. And here comes the punter onto the field. On to kick now for the 5th time tonight. Fair catch made at the 35. And now the first play of this drive. They'll begin at the 36. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Pressure is coming. Makes the catch downfield. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the +47.
But how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the 4th.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. Sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
Grab down the middle. It's Peoples. They wrap him up after the completion just short of the 1st down marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
That catch makes it a more manageable 3rd down. Running back with the football. Stopped on 3rd for no gain. Going to be 4th and 1 now.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. And the lead remains 6 after the miss.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. That poor kicker.
And now the first play of the drive. They'll begin at the 38. Play action here on 1st down. Bringing pressure. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle the pressure of this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of, Chris, get this, 7 sacks in this game so far.
The sack on 1st down, it's 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Carr. Gets rid of it on the move. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the mark.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Looking for a man deep down the middle. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And the returner brought down by the coverage team now. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Off the play fake on first down. Quick throw testing the middle. Deflected by the defense and incomplete.
Chris, it's funny. I think this quarterback underestimated the athletic ability of this linebacker. He sees zone right away. He's thinking he's got some underneath windows and opportunities to get the ball to his skill guys. But this linebacker steps in front of it and makes a heck of a play.
Now it's second down here. From the shotgun, drops back. And this one is caught. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Play action fake, looking to throw. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Able to make the recovery and avoid a crushing turnover. They get him to the ground, heads up by the offense to keep possession, but he's still short of the marker. And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. They'll kick it away here. This will be fair caught at the 30. Here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 31. They'll run it here. Breaks into the clear. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Big chunk gain on the first play of the drive sets him up near midfield on 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. The defense all over. They stop him right at the line.
Chris has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football. Made them one-dimensional. That's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, it's Carr. The pocket breaking down. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, the defense does a great job here of pressuring the quarterback, but I got to give the quarterback a lot of credit. Instead of taking a negative play, he shows you his athletic ability and fights out and gets all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
And the punt team now on to kick it away. He's on to boot it away now. This one is out of bounds, and that'll give the offense great field position. And off the bounce, that punt will roll out of bounds. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line.
Hey, I can understand the play call here. Backed up deep in your own territory, working with the lead in the fourth quarter. But you got to be careful of being too conservative. Because this defense right now, they're trying to get the football back, and they are selling out against this run game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. He'll hand it off. Catch made, but the defense gobbles him up for just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, a questionable call there on third down. I know they don't convert, but why not run the ball? Keep the clock moving, especially working with the lead in the fourth quarter. Now you got a big decision here on fourth down and short.
Buckeyes will bring their punt team on the field now.
On to punt it away.
Ball fielded near the 35. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're set up at their 40. To throw, it's Carr. Caught quickly. Great cut. They whiff on him. They get him down, but not before he reaches the 39.
This is all you can hope for, really. The defense does their job. You get the offense back out in the field. It's a one-possession game. It's up to this quarterback and this offense to deliver, and they're off to a good start here.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Looking for the wideout. He's got it in the open. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And now they'll set up for the point after. The PAT is up and good. They take a 1-point lead here in the final quarter.
That makes the score Notre Dame 17. Ohio
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
set to kick this one away.
He'll return it from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Play fake, looking to throw. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Here we go. Crucial play coming up. It's third down and 3. To throw, it's Sayin. Running out of time in the pocket. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
If I'm on this offensive line, I would not want to look at the game film after their performance today. It's almost like they've been moonwalking backwards the entire game, getting pushed all around by this defensive front. Chris, they've already given up 6 sacks alone in this game.
Here we are late in a one-score game, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. The final 2 minutes here, this defense trying to hang on, the offense trying to make a play to win it. So here we go, down 1 score. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Crucial play here. They go to the air. Lets it fly to the wideout. And he finds his target. He has the first. Marks out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance, and especially the clock. You got to get out of bounds when you can to preserve it. They do a really good job of that right here.
Takes the ball and heads to the left side. He's in the clear. He's past the marker and still going. That's out of bounds after running for the first down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
The Buckeyes will line up on 1st and 10. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Defense is coming after him. Short pass finds the tight end. They finally bring him down, but the offense set up now. 1st down from the 15. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
Hey, really good call here by the defensive coordinator working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Get 6 defensive backs with that dime look. Cover as much ground as you can and have as much speed as you can. I think the quarterback may have been confused there and just threw the ball away.
To throw, it's Sayin. Quick throw to the left side. He's got it right near the end zone. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a 1st and goal. Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. 1st and goal. Any points will give them the lead here in the 4th quarter. And he drops back in the gun. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Looking for some space. It's Peoples. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Well, what an unbelievable job by this offense, Chris. They put themselves in a position to put a touchdown on the board. They take the lead, and now we'll see if their own defense can hold on to that lead in these last couple minutes of the game.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. He knocked through the PAT, who up 6 points here in the 4th quarter. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And a returner brought down by that coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. 1st down, looking to throw the football. On the run, he'll let it go. Oh, he makes the catch. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, Chris, just like this in the 4th quarter, you're working this 2-minute drill. It's a one-possession game. Every single time you can get 1st downs and out of bounds. That's exactly what you do to want to move the ball down the field and eventually put it into the end zone.
They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Grab down the middle, it's Pauling.
You know, it's a nice completion, but it's kind of another short game. The defense is keeping everything in front. I think the offensive coordinator's got to find a way to take some vertical shots to get some chunk plays.
They've got to get points quickly here, looking for explosive plays right now. Looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the catch. The offense signals for timeout. 28 seconds remaining on the clock. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in sync. He's kind of in that zone right now, and he'll be the first one to tell you how much his teammates have helped him out today. Great accuracy here by the quarterback, hitting his receiver in stride on that slant, and it gave him a chance to pick up some yards after the catch.
Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's low. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Great connection there for 6 points.
I mean, this is an unbelievable game. We have seen everything in this game. A touchdown now with under 10 seconds to go. And believe it or not, they're an extra point away from winning this game.
And they get set now to try the PAT. And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And they'll set up for the PAT.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
Crucial PAT is good. They're in front by 1 here in the 4th.
That makes the score Notre Dame 24, Ohio State.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And the coverage team gets him down. A last chance for this returner to win the game, but time has run out. Well, the experts will say, Kirk, this was an upset, but it felt like a really even matchup. 2 quality teams battling right down to the end. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what a game. This is really what you love about college football. Good against good. Find out who ends up having the upper hand at the end of the day. This is a great victory for this ball club. Let's see what they do after this win.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.